And I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of a teaser today. I know that a lot of people out there are stressed out about the election tomorrow. And just like every 4 years, it's the most important election ever. And so a lot of people out there may be dealing with a little bit of stress that's come up. You see it all over the news and everything that you look at, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. You see everyone's talking about making sure that you vote, making sure that you vote, making sure that you vote, and talking about how important this election is. And a lot of times people go, and when I think about it as a health and wellness coach, is being able to go and help to try to put this into perspective. And how can we go and we manage stress wherever that stress comes from, whether that's physical stress, chemical stress, mental, emotional stress, voting stress, wherever that stress comes from. We have to be able to learn to manage it and be able to go and see if we can be able to go and use the techniques that we have to be able to go and help improve our health and well-being, rather than let some other different form of external stressor be able to go and sort of run our lives a little bit. And so today I wanted to be able to talk about it because tomorrow is the election, and it's sort of the topic on everyone's minds today. So there's a few things I wanted to go and caveat when it comes to being able to go and handle election stress or pre-election or post-election stress. So the most important thing that we want to be able to go and realize, number one important thing, is that no matter what happens tomorrow or whenever they figure out the election results, is that the world will keep spinning, right? So the Earth will keep spinning. We'll all still have to go to work. We'll all still have families. We all still have our interests. Everything will keep spinning. The world will continue on as it has every election beforehand. And so one of the things that we try to be able to get worked up about is this going to be different? Is this going to be different? And it's going to be the same. I know we're under more stressful times than we ever. One of the more stressful times that we ever have been due to the coronavirus. But an election, still an election, we still will be able to go, and tomorrow we'll go on, and we'll go on with our days. We'll go on. We'll get up. We'll go to work. We'll be with our families, watch our favorite shows, or work out, or do our favorite activities, or whatever it is. So number one thing I can always go and say is the world will go on. The world will keep on spinning. So into talking about that, I also want to be able to go and mention is, once you guys have already done, just whether you decided to vote or not, well, if you've gone out and voted, right, whether you've gone out and voted or you're going to vote tomorrow, is that once you do go out and vote, don't think about the results of the election, or don't watch the news. Don't watch the 24-hour cable news networks, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the Fox Newses of the world, right? Just turn it off. Once you voted, you going and watching more cable news will not impact the results of anything. All it does is it winds you up, right? Remember, these news organizations, quote unquote, they're designed to be able to get more ratings. They're designed to try to be able to go and sell more advertising, just like any other form of entertainment. And what they want to be able to do is to get you riled up, to be able to keep watching, to be able to increase that fight or flight stress response level that we're internally all grind with on a daily basis. So remember that once you've done that, once you've voted, turn all of that off. You'll feel much better, right? So whether that's you're going to go and watch some Netflix, or play with your kids or your grandkids, or go out and have a round of golf if the weather's good enough for it. Do something, anything else, but go and watch any of the results. Nothing's going to change. Everywhere the results will be there in the morning, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day. You won't miss anything. So the next thing I want to be able to go and talk about is understanding when we get these type of stressors, right? These sort of external stressors, and where that stress that we end up going and getting triggered from is that part of learning about being a CHEK practitioner, right? So part of being this postgraduate certification that we have here at Balance Your Fitness is being able to understand when you're dealing with these sorts of stressors, what types of stressors that they are, and how we can be able to go and best manage them. So a lot of times when we feel the stress from an election, it's that uncertainty of that safety and security aspect. You know, we're worried about whether or not our taxes are going to get raised, or whether or not we're going to go and lose our health care coverage, or what have you, right? So it's forms of safety and security stressors that we go and deal with on a daily basis. And so what we want to be able to go and to help counteract that, I want to teach you guys techniques to be able to go and help with that. So the forms of what we call work-in exercises or de-stressing exercises are meant to be able to work on the movements and the actual the best way to describe it, but sections of our body, the chakras actually would be the best way to go and describe it if you were thinking of more of an Eastern medicine philosophy. So we want to be able to go and work on some of these different areas that can go and help with the various different forms of safety and security style stressors that we may be dealing with. So I'm going to show you this technique right here. This is what's called a breathing squat. So this is one of the basic exercises that I teach a lot of people who are under a lot of stress when it comes to those basic safety and security issues. So I'm going to move this chair out of the way and you can be able to go and watch. Just to be able to start off and preface it, when we do an exercise that's meant to de-stress our body, we're meant to be able to do it as slow as possible, but also not just as slow as possible, but being able to pace it to our breathing. So we're going to move slowly as we inhale and exhale. So I'm going to go ahead and get up and we're going to go and show this. So we're going to start off with the breathing squat. I'm going to go ahead and just scoot a little bit away from the wall so I have a little bit of room here. And you're going to spread out your feet a little wider than shoulder width. And we're going to start by going and inhaling, letting the belly go forward and reaching the arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring those arms down and slowly squat down and bend the knees. And almost like you're sitting down, about to sit down on the floor by the time you reach that end of that range of motion. And then you're going to inhale as you rise up again. Inhale up, and then exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So as you join me, we're going to do about 15 of these, okay? So this is going to really help us go and lower that stress level. And exhale. All right. So that breathing squat is again meant to be able to go and start to go and release some of those hormones that are meant to go and lower the amount of stress that you're dealing with on a daily basis. Most of the time when we think of exercises, when we think of squats, we think of doing them maybe a little bit faster or more resistance. That's working out where we're expending energy. Whereas when we do things where we're working on our breathing, exercises maybe like Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga, or these type of de-stressing exercises, these zone exercises, they're meant to be able to go and help us lower the amount of stress and bring energy in, and to be able to help center and balance ourselves, to be able to help just take care of our mental health and help us realize that, to be able to go and be more in the moment and not worry so much about things that are not in our control. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys learned a little bit. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a message in the comments, or you can direct message me with any questions that you have. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.